prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
You are listening to Panties and Sports. This is DizzieMac and Cheryl, the First Lady of Sports Talk. We welcome you to the show. Hey, First Lady, it was a big week. A lot going on, man. Hoops, hockey, everything. So let's just jump right into it. What you saying, First Lady? Over to you.
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdies known as the St. Louis Cardinals wish they could fly far, far away from an FBI investigation into hacking by their business office of the Astros computer system. Holy New England Patriots. Deflategate ain't got nothing on this real scandal. Somebody is going to jail. Watergate, Iran-Contra, Iraq weapons of mass destruction, and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? This is a serious act of corporate espionage involving two organizations. DizzieMac, when I first heard about this, I said to myself, why a winning organization like the Cardinals would want to hack the Astros, who were in last place for many, many years? Then I looked at the current and Major League Baseball standings to see that the Astros are leading the West. You know, we've been so involved with basketball that we really haven't started looking at baseball as of yet. So I saw that the Astros were in first place. I said, well, now it's starting to make sense to me. But the front office is accused of stealing information about players, internal discussions about the trades, the proprietary statistics, and scouting reports. And according to the New York Times, subpoenas have already been issued, and no one from the Cardinals organization has been placed on suspension or leave of absence as a result of this investigation. But law enforcement officials believe that it is an act of a front office employee that is being revengeful against Jeff Lonow. He used to be the Cardinals GM, but he's the Astros GM. You know, he was an executive for the Cardinals. Well, he was not well liked by the office workers. So they think that their office workers are trying to get back at him. But to me, the biggest concern is whether the DeWitts, that's Bill DeWitt, he is the president of the Cardinals, and the general manager, John Mozeliak, I can't pronounce his name, but anyway, Mozeliak, were aware of the situation. I mean, I don't know, DizzieMac. I don't know if they have to defend themselves like former President Richard M. Nixon did during Watergate, and he might have to say, you know, the Cardinals president might have to say, I am not a crook. I am not a crook. But, well, the FBI will determine whether or not there was legitimate hacking, and somebody will be a crook, and somebody is going to go to jail. So I don't know. This situation is really interesting, and I just think it's sad that the Cardinals, this organization, is such a great organization over the year to stoop to something like this. So we'll see if this high-ranking officials were involved in this whole espionage. What do you think about this, DizzieMac?
First Lady, this is somebody going to jail. Somebody is going to be found out. White-collar crime gets in the headlines. Whoa, man. I was sitting back naked on this Bearskin rug with the Shimmy Shake girls, and I saw this come across the ticker, and I could not believe the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, this is a first-class organization. They've won world titles. They have deep history. for them to stoop this low. But when you hate somebody, when you don't like somebody, this is the list you can go to. Hacking into the computers, getting information. They probably hire some geek off the street. Get in there, tap in. Let us know what's going on. Let's try to get some of these players. And the Astros are in the American League now. The Cardinals are in the National League. But it didn't stop them. The FBI is going to find out. You know they're going to find out first. They're going to get somebody. Somebody's going down. So I don't think highly of this at all because, again, you're just going into somebody's personal information, tapping in, getting stuff that is proprietary. That's why somebody's going down. The FBI will find that person or people involved. And if it was the front office and they knew, they'll never work in that city again.
And well, they're going to be in jail, so obviously they won't be able to work in that city. But I just don't know, DizzieMac. Do you really think that high-ranking officials knew about this, what was going on?
Well, I would hope not. I would really hope not. I would hope that it was just act of a lone employee individual. I mean, hopefully that was the case. I would hope that they did not know, but they will investigate and they will be questioned. And what they know, what they didn't know, the FBI will get out of them. But no, no. Yeah.
I want to know who was the whistleblower. Now, we all know what happened with the whistleblower in the Watergate situation. That was a bad deal for the individual. So I really want to know who the whistleblower is because you told me that somebody had to tell on them. Snitch. Yes, somebody had to snitch because I just can't believe the FBI just automatically found that the Astros computers were hacked. Somebody blew the whistle. I just hope they're safe.
Some little birdie is a singing canary.
Yes. Hey, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, racking my ears, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. The explosion over the competition, I'm howling. Wrecking shop that'll make them call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest of the audience. You slice and dice. Competition paying a price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Hey, we're not talking about Samuel Peters versus Jeremy Williams. Thomas Hearns versus Roberto the Hands of Stone Duran. Or Julian Jackson versus Hero Earl Graham. We're talking about the knockout punch landed by the Chicago Blackhawks on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Blackhawks rule. Blackhawks have won 3 championships in 6 years. Is this a dynasty that has snuck in under the wire? Spurs, Patriots, and Cole still on ice. I ask it, what you saying? Quietly, methodically, systematically, the Blackhawks have built a winner. They built a championship quality organization. They've done it unlike anybody else in the NHL. Bob Wirtz, I remember Bob Wirtz, the old owner, may he rest in peace, had Bobby Hull, Stan Mikita, Dennis Magnuson, all them great players. They didn't win, but won in 61. All them years, me and my brother would watch them on Channel 9, skating on the ice. We had a hockey sticks, curves, like Bobby Hull and the Golden Jet, Stan Mikita. Man. But his son has came in and done a great job of building this team, got the coach, got the players, got the core players, put in different role players, different parts. They've been able to win. They've been able to go all out and do their thing. They built a great team, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Yes, this is a dynasty. Chicago, man, stand up. They were in Soldier Field. They were doing their thing, man. Hey, I love it. Man, I'm sitting on a championship Stanley Cup. I got the cup here, drinking out of it this morning. Oh, it's not the biggest, but it's not the original cup, but it's I got the, flute like the cup. Shimmy Shake girls are in they red Blackhawks jersey, 88, 81, 19. We doing it for the Chicago Blackhawks. How you like that rug, that Bearskin rug over here, First Lady? I mean, don't you like that Indian head right there I'm sitting on?
Well, I know you would have your Chicago Blackhawks Bearskin rug. But, DizzieMac, I'm going to disagree with you on this. I don't consider the Blackhawks to be a dynasty. It depends what you consider a dynasty to be. That's my whole point. I consider a dynasty to be when you have the same core group of players competing for the titles. You should, to me, if you're going to be a dynasty, have at least one consecutive titles. And you got to compare them to the existing dynasties within the league. So, I mean, let's look at the Blackhawks. I compare the Blackhawks similar to the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA. I'll be honest with you, hockey is not my thing. The National League, the only time I watch hockey is when it is through the Stanley Cup performances. But the San Antonio Spurs, they were similar to the Blackhawks. They never won consecutive games, consecutive championships. I mean, 2010 to 2013 and 2015, that's the Blackhawks championships. But I don't consider that to be a dynasty. I mean, in 6 years, I think they need to win back-to-back. Even the Spurs never won back-to-back. But the Spurs won more titles, at least. I mean, they won in 1999. They won in 2003, 2005, 2007. So within that stretch, because they didn't do it back-to-back, but at least they did it they had 3 titles within every other year. And they came back in 2014, so that was, for the Spurs, that was like 7 years. Now, how do you rank the Blackhawks up against other NHL teams that's won? Let's look at the 1976 Montreal Canadiens. They won 1976 to 1979. The New York Islanders were another dynasty. They won 1980 through 1983. So to me, those are the elite NHL dynasties. And I'm quite sure there's some older teams in there, but I never watched them, so I can't talk about that. But yes, we do got to look at the history. So those are teams which I consider dynasty because they won 3 years in a row. That's a dynasty. If you won back-to-back and then you came back 2 years later, that's a dynasty. You at least have to have consecutive titles to be considered a dynasty. Now, if the Blackhawks were to win next year, then I will consider them to be a dynasty. Because you're talking about 2013, 2015, they come back and win the 2016 season, then that's considered a dynasty. And I understand in the cap era, it's hard to keep teams together because of the cap in any professional league. It is difficult. So, we may never see those true dynasties that I'm talking about, where teams just had consecutive wins. The Chicago Bulls, the Lakers, 3 years ago. Those are dynasties, DizzieMac. So no, I don't consider the Blackhawks a dynasty as of yet. But they continue to win moving forward, then yes, we can put them we can give them the title having a dynasty.
We run the NHL.
Yeah, I know you won the NHL, but you won it this year, but you didn't win it last year.
No, we run it. We run the NHL.
Oh, you run the NHL. Okay.
Yes. Put it like this. What do we do to your Florida-based, Tampa-based Lightning? We took the Lightning out their game. We put them down. We won.
DizzieMac, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that is a great organization. Yes, they will probably become a dynasty, but at this point in time, I just don't consider them to be a dynasty, what I consider a dynasty to be. So everybody has different definition of what a dynasty is. My definition of dynasty, you should at least win back-to-back to be considered a dynasty.
Well, Chicago 1, Florida 0.
Don't hate on Florida.
You don't have to put.
I didn't even root for them, so that's not my team. Just because they're in Florida doesn't make them like my team. But anyway, like I said, I give Chicago Blackhawks all the props in the world, and eventually they will become a dynasty. All right, let me just move on to the break. For the first 3 listeners to email us or send a shout out why these boxers belong together will receive a $25 gift card from our friends at sportsacademy.com. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from Toots on the first part of Shout Out.
Free Mr. Vaughn! Go Blackhawks.
Go Blackhawks.
Still on ice.
Oh, still on ice.
I'm Boss Hogg, host of The Last Word. When I'm inside or outside of the studio, I have to make sure I wear the best, and that includes the best in eyewear. Ray-Ban eyewear has been worn by those seeking to go from myth to legend. Ray-Ban's selection of legendary styles dating back to 1937 have been worn by the famous, infamous, and everyone in between. Ray-Ban eyewear has stood the test of time. Many of today's top entertainers, athletes, and those who want to make a fashion statement choose from this vast array of styles designed to take you from myth to legendary. To find a store near you or to browse their wide selection, visit Ray-Ban at www.ray-ban.com. That's www.rayban.com. Take it from Boss Hogg. I say rush it when it comes to Ray-Ban. They are the last word when it comes to eyewear that will make your style legendary. Holla!
The music flows in from around the grove to get a shout-out from the panel. First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from Tunes. Over you.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout-out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. This morning we have Tunes out of Houston, Texas, H-Town, with a track from his latest release. Let's hear Sex Games.
Bam. DNP.
What you knocking on my door for? I think I know what you came for. So you say he ain't been treating you right. You got out of fight, and now you came to open up to me. It's alright, so come a little closer and let me put my arms around your waist and hold ya. Cause tonight you be my main thing. So listen up and let me lay you down so I can play my game. I wanna play with your body, just as long as you don't tell nobody. I wanna lay, and I wanna play forever. And now it's time to plug me in, I'll be your controller. My body's all over you. So girl, let's do the same thing. I wanna play 5 minutes in, and I ain't letting go. You say you like it fast, but I'ma take it slow. It ain't no intermissions when I'm loving on you. I like the way you call my name, and oh yeah, so won't you let me play my game? See, I was planning one night, but the way you feel make me feel like I'm gonna want you again. I wanna play with your body, just as long as you don't tell nobody. I wanna lay together, I wanna play forever. And now it's time to plug me in, I'll be your controller. with you, tonight. Oh, so just let me play my game with you, baby, tonight. Oh, play with your body, just as long as you don't tell nobody. I wanna lay and I wanna play forever. And now it's time to plug me in. I'll be your controller. My body's all over you. So girl, let's do the sex thing. I wanna play. I wanna play with your body. So don't tell nobody. I wanna lay and I wanna play forever. And now it's time to plug me in. I'll be your controller. My body's all over you. So girl, let's do the sex thing. I wanna play the sex thing.
Oh, wow, that was Toots with Sex Games. DizzieMac, I know the Shimmy Shake girls were feeling that song. I mean, come on now. What'd you do? You shouting it out? I know if you don't shout out, let the Shimmy Shake girls at least shout it out. What you think about Sex Games?
Hey, well, Shimmy Shake girls were shimmying and shaking to that. They were, bumping and grinding over here on me and Ronnie B. So we're gonna give it a shout out. That was something that got them up off the Chicago Blackhawks Bearskin rug. This song here got them going. So we're gonna shout it out, First Lady.
Shout it out. All right, Ronnie B. What did you think of Sex Games?
Well, one thing I think we might have to check Brother Tunes, because it sounds like Brother Tunes, that other man. I mean, I think I did hear that lyric called well when he got you upset. Come on over here, baby.
Yeah, sure.
when you the side chick or the side man, you get all the bennies without all the work.
All right. Hey,
I gotta, I have to watch Brother Tunes. This is an alert. All you brothers out there, don't leave your woman alone with Tunes.
Don't do it.
Don't leave him alone. You see where Tunes coming from. Don't leave your woman alone with Tunes. I'm gonna give it a shout out, but you heard what he said. Don't leave your woman alone with Tunes.
That's right.
He got one of them eyes. He got one of them Bobby Womacs.
All right.
You know not to leave your woman with Bobby Womack.
Woo, woo, woo.
Even though he ain't around no more, you know better than that. I wish you didn't lift me so much. Don't leave your woman around with guys like Tunes or Bobby Womack. And the savvy tongue sucker, the prognosticator with the skills, the man with the picks, Andre Ramirez, snuck into the studio.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Andre.
How you guys doing today?
All right.
Ready for some baseball.
Oh, okay. Were you able to hear Sex Games, Andre? You want to give your opinion about Sex Games? Did you hear the song?
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. Something, you maybe driving on the coastal highway over here on highway Interstate 5 here in Cali, bumping and grinding. I like it.
All right. Well, I think.
Yeah, I'm giving it a shout out, but don't play that song around your lady. You don't want to be giving her no ideas.
All right. I'm going to give it a shout out. I think it's unanimous. It was actually, like Andre said, that was very smooth production and Toots. Yeah, I know he had all the girls just salivating to get into them sex games with him. But anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said, one door closes, there's another man there. So that was We'll have another performance from Toots on part 2 of Shout Out. It's that the sound of my favorite underwater friend. As DizzieMac would say, is it time for Flip It? Flip It. I guess it's not time for Flip It.
Hey, don't get no wrong.
What happened to our favorite underwater friend?
The water on the script can run through it.
And we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, lying there under the sea.
It's time for Flip It, where our hosts defend a view and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. LeBron had arguably one of the best playoff performances of any athlete in any sport, but he just couldn't drag his team and coach to a victory. The word on the street is he and his teammates have very little respect for Coach Black. Should the Cavs say bye-bye Birdie and hello Coach Thibodeau, whose Bulls teams have been the only ones in the East to really challenge King James? We asked the panel to defend. Cleveland should cut Black and get Thibodeau as coach. The team and LeBron already respect. DizzieMac, defend.
Well, Cleveland should cut bait because they was going to do it when they were 19 and 21. They were going to fire him anyway. They were going to fire him. So you might as well do it now. You might as well get it over with because LeBron doesn't respect David Black. He waits on the plays call. He'll go over and above his head in huddles to say, no, we ain't running that, shaking his head, huddling with Tyrone Lue, the assistant coach, who was in on it too, calling timeouts, doing things against the head coach's wishes. Yeah, it's that time. Thibodeau is out there. You know he would make them better on the defensive end. He would have them do what he's supposed to do, which is build a winner, have LeBron respect him, and do what's right. Couldn't be. He was going to do it anyway, but then LeBron came back and y'all started winning after his little hiatus during the season. Yeah. Get rid of him. Run him out of town.
All right. Cleveland should cut Black and get Thibodeau, a coach the team and LeBron already respect. Andre Ramirez, Extreme Sports Picks.com. Defend.
Man, I called the wrong game on the last final. This one right here, watched the game fully and, seeing the situation, what went on the court, the refs actually favored, the Cavs to actually pull the win, and they just looked sloppy. Even though LeBron pulled up a lot of points, he looked good, but it's just sloppiness, and, a lot of that has to go with the coaching. Situations like this, you can't have that, especially when you're in the game's finals, and they just look like a bunch of clowns there on the court, and that's all about the coaching, keeping your team aligned. If you don't got the respect, and you ain't got no team. So I think it's time for some new talent. Definitely.
And what about them grabbing Coach Thibodeau?
He's great. He can make a big factor. keep the team a little more organized, and I think that's going to be probably the best aspect for the Cavaliers to do right now is to make the change while they're ahead.
All right, we heard the defense, but what about the first lady? Cleveland, should they cut Black and get Thibodeau, a coach the team and LeBron already respect, defend?
Well, David Blatt is not regarded as a great NBA coach. I mean, during the regular season, he was ranked number 19 on ESPN.com top coaches poll. During the playoff game against the Bulls, he almost had a serious blunder and called a timeout when he didn't even have a timeout. Tyronn Lue saved the day, and that could have cost the Cavs the series against the Bulls. And recently, according to ESPN writer Mark Stein, LeBron James emasculated Blatt during the finals in front of the entire team. A coach cannot be perceived as weak and not in control. This is why Cleveland management needs to let Blatt go and bring in Thibodeau to bring order and respect to the bench. Thibodeau would not allow LeBron to run the show. He is a take-charge coach, and the players will definitely respect him. Coach Thibodeau is just no nonsense. He's good with X's and O's. It's time for the Cavs to send Blatt back to the international leagues.
Ooh, and wouldn't that be a burn for the Bulls if Thibodeau went after they cut him after all the vacancies and he ends up going to Cleveland? But we're going to flip the script and ask the panel to defend. Cleveland owes Blatt a ton of money, and there is no guarantee a new coach outside of Phil Jackson would get much respect. Keep Blatt and get some players. DizzieMac, defend.
Man, you have to keep Blatt. Blatt wasn't out there playing. He wasn't out there looking like a dinosaur. One-dimensional, James Jones, Mike Miller, Sean Marion, and even Brendan Haywood out there looking like cheerleaders on the bench. You got to get some players in there to help LeBron. LeBron had no help. You need another facilitating type point guard. You need shooting wings. You need some younger athletic players. You know, you just didn't help yourself. Yeah, I know you didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love, but see, even they got to go to the bench sometime and get some rest. You got to come back with something. You can't come back with what you came back with, which is strictly the players. There wasn't nothing the matter with what David Blatt did. He coached as well as you could coach in the playoffs. I mean, it is just unbelievable how they try to blame the coach. What did Sean Marion do? Retired. I didn't get no run in the playoffs. I didn't get no run in the championship series. The Matrix, no run. Hey, he had nothing left in the tank. But, hey, you got to get some players in Cleveland. You got to help LeBron. All that superhuman play equal up to no ring. Get some players.
Okay, Andre Ramirez. Cleveland owes Blatt a ton of money, and there's no guarantee a new coach outside of Phil Jackson would get much respect. Keep Blatt and get some players. Defend.
Well, the best thing, you actually saw in the court, especially in the final game that was held, you saw a lot of missed shots. You saw it looked like a bunch of amateurs out there. And you're supposed to be the best of the best. And you're right. Like everybody else says, you need some superstars. You got pretty much just one superstar on the court. Just kind of like the Kobe Bryant. He's all by himself and there's nothing out there. So if you don't have a monster team, you ain't gonna win championships. I mean, right now is a good time, to do make some trades and pick up some superstars where you're really well balanced. I think some guys kind of step up to the plate, but they're not You need people who are consistent, and that's the key. Or that's going to be probably my best advice for the Cleveland coach, team, owner. Go pick up some great talent, and there's some young talent out there that's really good, and start spending those bucks, and you might be able to win another championship next year. So they're pretty close.
Close. And this ain't horseshoes. All right. We asked the First Lady to the fin.
Cavs went to Game 6 in the NBA Finals. So the issue is not coaching. The issue is the lack of outside shooting from the Cavs guards. It was LeBron James with help from Tristan Thompson and Timothy Mozgov. The Cavs guards showed up for one game. If Shumpert, J.R. Smith, and Matthew Dellavedova could have shot at least 35% instead of a lowly combined 28.4%, the Cavs would have won the series. J.R. Smith was the only guard to shoot in the 30% mark with 31.2%. The Cavs need more players that can hit the outside shot. Bringing in another coach at this time may cause a power struggle with LeBron. LeBron is already the de facto coach, and he is not giving up his unofficial title, and the players believe in him and respect him. LeBron is in charge of the Cavs, and if Cleveland wants him to stay, the fans and the organization need to recognize that LeBron has the power, and this is why he is King James.
Preach.
He got the power. Dun, 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 dun. First Lady, take us to break.
Stay tuned. Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2.
Stay off the Bearskin run, brother.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at AdamandEve.com.
Welcome back. You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for the funnies. DizzieMac, over to you.
Thank you, First Lady. We have our 21st Need to Grow story of 2015, and it comes from the animal world. Hey, we got to give love and show love to the animals. Drunken raccoon stumbles around New York beer warehouse. All right. Don't be over there laughing, Andre. Phil Scott said the drunken raccoon was found stumbling around a Union Beer distributors in Brooklyn. I guess that's the Brooklyn way. A man shared a video online of a raccoon trying its best to walk in a straight line without falling over after getting into some alcoholic beverages. The video shows the animal stumbling around a warehouse near some broken alcoholic beverage containers while a man's voice notes, "This raccoon is drunk." The raccoon stumbles over to some broken beer bottles and appears to lick some of the spilled beverage up from the floor. The tipsy thief eventually seems to notice he's being watched and stumbles away from the human voices. It nearly escapes the range of the camera's vision before falling on his side. Man, the poor raccoon. Drunk.
The raccoon was buzzed.
They must have some old English or something for 40 ounces.
He said some old English.
Yeah, he was over there stumbling. Andre, man, have you seen a drunk raccoon before?
I've never seen a drunk raccoon.
Yeah, I done seen a few drunks. I haven't quite seen a drunk raccoon, but I can just imagine that my man, the raccoon said, "Look, I better get out of here. He can't make it." Oh God. Okay.
Wow. All right. Gosh darn. If while they're trying to splash on my Stanley Cup edition Blackhawks Bearskin rug, it must be time for our favorite underwater friend. It's time for Flip It.
Time for Flip It, where our hosts defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. This is our last episode where we'll mention this player until something relevant happens. Things are looking horrid. Tiger Woods. He did not make the cut for the U.S. Open. Panel defend. No one should be scared or worried about Tiger. Time for him to retire or at least take a serious break from the game. DizzieMac defend.
And nobody is studying Tiger or worried about him. He just made a bunch of money. He's still on the top money maker list. Get your game right. Take a break. Sit back, relax. Make some commercials. Go on a game show or something. We're not worried about Tiger. Tiger isn't going to come up on nobody and win a tournament, not a major, missing cuts. You know what? Tiger should take a break, try some stand-up comedy, host a talk show, probably get into a different sport, ping pong or something. Take a break. Chill out, Tiger. Become relevant again.
All right. Andre Ramirez. Tiger, time for him to retire, at least take a serious break from the game. Defend.
Well, I just picked up a Tiger Woods golf shirt for $20 at Ross. So that's telling you something.
It was overpriced?
He was overpriced. Now his stuff is on sale. So it's a good time, if you want to pick up some Tiger product, it's pretty cheap. He needs to take a small break. Things ain't just going right at home and with the family and stuff. And he needs to go back to his roots and find himself and go back to the old Tiger. We need the roar. I want to see him roar again. But he's going to have to make those personal changes in order to come back on track again. And we all know what he needs to do. So, Tiger Woods, you might want to give me a call. I can set you up. Put you back on track again.
All right, Tiger. Andre got the hook up.
We got Shimmy Shake over here.
All right, okay. First Lady, your boo. Time for him to retire or at least take a serious break from the game. Defend.
It's unbelievable how far Tiger Woods has fallen into despair. We are talking about a champion who won 14 majors before he was 33 years old. He has seemingly an easy shot to surpass Jack Nicklaus' records of winning 18 majors. Now he's 39 years old, but he just cannot get it right. His latest showing in the U.S. Open was atrocious, and Tiger has hit rock bottom. He looked like an amateur out there. He has no clue what he's doing. Tiger needs to regroup and remove himself 1 year from competing in golf tournaments. And he needs to work on his mechanics. He needs to go back to basics. He needs to find his confidence. Godspeed, Tiger.
All right. Sound like he needs to go back to his original coach. But you know, all right, fans, but you know, we have to flip the script. Panel defend. When you fall off the horse, you get back on. Tiger needs to play his way out of this slump, retire now, and his next stop is the senior tour. DizzieMac, defend.
When you fallen as far off the horse as Tiger has, you may not can get back. You may need to get carried off, limp off into retirement. Say, damn that horse, I ain't getting back on there. I done took too many lumps. The senior tour, he's still a little bit too young for that, unfortunately. But that would be the perfect landing spot. He is ready. Don't get back on that horse, Tiger. You shooting 80s in a major, 85 in another tournament. You balls going in the water, upside trees, knocking out fans in the gallery. You just shooting all over the place. Yeah, just retire now. You have everything intact. You got the second most majors. You know, hey, people were already betting that you wouldn't break Jack Nicklaus's record. Might as well make them right. And just roll on off into the sunset with the kids. Watch them grow up. And then by that time, so you'll be ready for the senior tour. Yeah, that's a good plan. Be a father to your children. And then once they get grown, there you go. Senior tour waiting on you.
All right. Let me clarify the question for Andre. When you fall off the horse, you get back on. Tiger needs to play his way out of this slump. If he retires now, his next stop is the senior tour. Andre, defend.
Well, Tiger Woods, I don't know if you ever cut brush before out in the fields, but, I live out here in California. We've got a lot of brush. And, I've seen Tiger out there, swinging his golf club in the brush, like he was chopping weeds. And it ain't the way you typically he lifts up his hat, and he's got a receding hairline, his hair's falling off. The guy's a mess. Rogaine, he's got to do something. He's got no swag. But he does wear that cool shirt, I like the shirt for $20, but I don't think he can get back up. You can't say he fell off the horse. He fell off the cliff. It's a different situation. But I honestly, I want to say it. I think his career's over. It's done. He's got no happy life. He's just sad. But he did crack a joke on the U.S. Open. He did say, "At least I beat Ricky." But he didn't perform as well either. So, but I can see if the guy was winning, placing in the top 5. But the guy can't even place. He's terrible. So I just think, like every great athlete, I would retire, while you're ahead, before you make your, fool out of yourself later on. Maybe get those endorsements taken away for being, a terrible golfer. But, step out, retire, and just enjoy the good life, and maybe be a commentator on ESPN. That's what everybody else does.
Preach.
All right, we heard the defense, but let me clarify the question again. Panel defend. When you fall off the horse, you get back on. Tiger needs to play his way out of the slump. If he retires now, his next stop is in the senior tour. First Lady, defend.
Well, Tiger has been resilient in the past, he will continue to make a comeback. He is faced with another hurdle in his golf game because he is at the lowest point of his life. He needs to keep battling and playing out of this long slump. However, Tiger has that competitive edge, and he needs to forget about chasing Jack Nicklaus' title. He needs to just have a good showing. He doesn't need to win a major. You need to see him be more competitive than what he's been showing. We will see the eye of the Tiger because he is a champion, and he's going to roar again, but not loud, just to have a good showing. That's all we want the Tiger to do. He needs to get out of this slump.
Okay, we heard the defense on Flip It. And First Lady, please take us to break.
On the other side of the break, we'll have another performance from Toons, and we'll have the finals, the picks, and the finale.
What you drinking over there, First Lady?
Another day, another restless night, crying myself to sleep. Another day of relentless phone calls from credit card companies demanding payment. Another day wondering if filing bankruptcy or getting one of those debt consolidation loans is the only way to go. A friend said, "Stop crying. Just call Sharon, the debt destroyer." Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy, no loans, your credit card debt eliminated. I called Sharon, and her team of experts went right to work with a plan that made sense. I am sleeping peacefully knowing my credit card debt is being destroyed and my credit is getting back on track. Have your credit card debt destroyed and get a good night's sleep? Contact Sharon, the Debt Destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
You are listening to Panties and Sports. It's time for the shout-out, part 2, the picks, and the finale. The music flows from around the globe. We get a shout-out from the First Lady and the crew. First Lady, over to you.
We have another performance from Toons. Let's hear the track, Take Me Home. Take me home.
Once I get you home, man, girl, you know it's gonna be on. This is what I'm gonna do. Smack that, yeah, shorty, I know you're gonna like that. I'll kiss you in between your thighs. And this is what I'm gonna do to you. Get that, shorty, I know you're gonna like that. Once I get you home, giving you goosebumps, making you moan, I'm gonna turn you out. I'm the pleaser pipe layer, no doubt. Yeah. I'ma beat it up, I ain't playing no game. And I'ma eat it up, and you gon' say I'm the man. In between the shit sides, roll back, put your head back, relax, and watch the climax. Once I get you home, girl, you know it's gon' be on. This is what I'm gonna do. Smack that, yeah, shorty, I know you're gonna like that. I'll kiss you in between your thighs. And this is what I'm gonna do to you. Shorty, I know you're gonna like that. Working up the cherry vanilla, body yours, I got all types of flavor. You gonna be at ease, be relaxed. You like me caressing your back, baby, it's a fact. I ain't never no teaser, I'm a pleaser, I'ma give you amnesia. Grabbing your waist, look at your face as you embrace, say, give me more, two more. I get you home, girl, you know it's gonna be on. And this is what I'm gonna do. Shorty, I know you're gonna like that. Kiss you in between your thighs. And this is what I'm gonna do to you. Shorty, I know you're gonna like that. Once I get you home, girl, we got all night. And things are gonna be alright. And now that we're alone, baby girl, we got all night. And everything's gonna be alright. And once I get you home, girl, you know it's gonna be on. This is what I'm gonna do. Smack that. Yeah, shorty, I know you're gonna like that. I'll kiss you in between your thighs. Shorty, I know you're gonna like that.
Okay. That was Toots with Come Home. So what does our panel think of the song? I'm going to start off with Andre Ramirez. Andre, what did you think about Take Me Home?
Yeah, Take Me Home. It's not too bad. You know, I had a little. I was shaking the groove over here. You know, and I would probably. I'm about bumping it, but me in my car, but not too bad. I'll give it a shout out.
Not too bad. You going to shout it out? Okay, Ronnie B, you going to shout out Take Me Home?
Ladies, let me warn you. I'm trying to hip you now. Tunes ain't nothing but a freak. He ain't nothing but a freak. I done listened to these lyrics, and I'm going to warn you, you got to watch that brother. You got to watch him. But I'm going to give him a shout out because I put it like, is he luring them in?
Okay. All right. DizzieMac.
Yeah, you know, Joe was trying to do that. Hey, well, they was, you know, I was trying to school them because he was asking, begging for them to take him out. So, you know, I'm like, hey, you got to understand that they got to beg for it. You know, he is a freak.
He's a freak. Okay.
But we're going to give it a shout out. We're going to give it a shout out.
All right. Well, I'm going to shout it out. I think Toots has a great production with his music. Sounds very professional. And it seems to me he needs to have his name out there in mainstream to come up in mainstream R&B because he sounds really good to me. So I'm definitely feeling Take Me Home. And he's going to get a big shout out in both of those songs that we heard today. That's the end of the shout out. If you like what you heard from Toots, hit him up at Toots.
But you got to have to hit him up at Old Grumpy Radio.
Grumpy Radio. Okay, well, we hit him up there at Old Grumpy Radio. We play his music a lot. If you like what you heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. All right. Can I get a drum roll, DizzieMac? It's time to announce our champion of the hoops. We've gone through several weeks of the NBA season, and we have now come to the final scores. All right, let's go over these scores. First of all, I'd like to congratulate our special guest, Sean Broadnax, who, you know, he performed on our picks, and he ended up with 160 points. Andre Ramirez, you did well in your 2 weeks. You got 750 points. Believe it or not, you did better than I did in the 2 weeks. I ended up with 460 points. You talk about Tiger Woods fall. I had a real deep fall from the top to the bottom. It's between DizzieMac and Joe. And the winner and the champion of the hoops is DizzieMac with 1,460 points. And Joe ended up with 1,120 points. Congratulations, DizzieMac. You are the champion of the hoop. You're talking about a comeback. You came from last place to get this title, DizzieMac.
In accepting this award, DizzieMac, what would you like to say?
Well, I would like to thank my panelists. We waged a great back and forth. I appreciate the competition. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank the Shimmy Shea girls for believing in me. And Old Grumpy. What up, Old Grumpy? We're going to hook up later. Celebrate.
Right. Okay. Well, before we go, first of all, congratulations, DizzieMac. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you. Thank you, first lady.
And we had fun, and next time we'll come up with the football again.
Yeah.
So I know I was the champion of the football season. DizzieMac is champion of the basketball season. So we'll see if we keep our crowns.
Okay. Well, we go to the baseball next week.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Andre talking about Sound like Andre got an edge already.
All right. It's the dog days of the summer. We're going to the Major League Baseball. All right. Before we go, it's time to find out what we missed this week. DizzieMac, what did you miss?
I missed A-Rod's 3,000 hit.
Okay. Yeah, isn't there an issue with the baseball? The person who has the baseball didn't want to give it back to A-Rod? Something's up with that baseball.
Yeah,
he ain't giving it up.
He's not giving it up. Okay. All right. Andre Ramirez of ExtremePicks.com. What did you miss?
I miss Kimball Slice knocking out Ken.
Oh
my God.
It was awesome.
The Lions Den was done.
It was awesome, yes.
Yeah,
Gladiator style.
All right. Robbie B, what did you miss?
Well, we can't miss a definitely sad and tragic topic, the church shooting in South Carolina. And, I just have to mention this for people of all whatevers. I actually heard someone say that when a white man kills a bunch of black folks, it's considered a massacre. And I was floored. I was literally floored that this kind of statement would get made. And it just really points to that people really need to be educated in this country about other people than their own group. And I'm not going to make a blanket assessment of other folks, but because of what this young man did. But I will say this, that I have seen displays of love and forgiveness for him that I rarely hear from any other people. People whose loved ones were murdered, they're still expressing love, forgiveness, and prayer for the young man. So, as they would say, something ain't right.
You're absolutely right, Ronnie B.
Preach.
They preach, yes. I know our hearts go out to those families that lost their loved ones. My parents are from Charleston, South Carolina, so I'm very familiar with that area, and it is a very sad day that something like that happened in a church where you're supposed to have a safe haven. So it is very sad, very sad. So on that note, I'm not even going to tell you what I missed. We're going to leave it at that because our hearts and prayers go out to the families in Charleston, South Carolina. This is Cheryl Smith and the crew. You have been listening to Bras, Panties and Sports.
God bless. Good night.